How to design a building using a pure architecture form. When it comes to learning this, there is a great master none other than David Chipperfield. He is an English architect born in London in 1953. Chipperfield graduated in 1976 from the Kingston School of Art in London. He studied architecture at the AA School of Architecture in London, receiving his diploma in 1977. Some of the David Chipperfield famous works includes the K project in Seoul, the Jumex Museum in the Contemporary Art of Mexico City, One Pancras Square in London, the Zurich Museum extension, the Ceramic Art Avenue and its master plan, and the Amorepacific Headquarters in South Korea. Chipperfield opened his office in 1985, which grew into a global architecture firm with the offices in London, Berlin, Milan, and Shanghai. In 2023, he won the Pritzker Architecture Prize, the most prestigious award in the architecture. In 2017, David Chipperfield built the Amorepacific Headquarters in South Korea, home to the largest beauty company in the country, located at the center of Seoul, where the company has been since 1956. The building is adjacent to the former US military zone that is now being transferred into the large public space called the Yongsan Park. It is also near a business district with the many tall buildings that have changed the neighborhood appearance. The form of the building is both abstract and gestural. Focusing on a single, clear volume, the proportions have been carefully developed around the central courtyard to maximize the effectiveness of the natural ventilation and the daylight. So this is the building he designed in 2017, and he designed this building in the heart of the city with the basic proportion of the building is cube, which is the pure geometry, and he excavated various voids into the pure form. This is known as the combination of solid and void in architecture. Here, David Chipperfield subtracted these volumes from the main volume and created multi-level garden for this building. The overall massing of the building is a cube, and the center of the building is the courtyard, which provides the ventilation to the building. As hanging gardens, these openings give a scale to allow the nature to extend from the adjacent park into all the parts of the building. These are multi-level garden and recreational areas in the building. This is the north side of the building, which means this is the east and this is the west, and this is the south of the building. The sun will move from the east to west of the building. The south facade is exposed to the southern sun. So David added a double skin concept into this building. He included large opening in the east, south and the north facade, but not in the west, as it is difficult to manage the west sun. These openings also facilitates the natural ventilation. Wind enter from the garden and through the central courtyard, where hot air rises, making the wind circulation effective. This is a good case study for the passive cooling strategies in a larger scale building. The entrance of the building is from the all four directions, connecting the building to its neighborhood context. This is the main volume, and these are the voids extracted from the main block. To protect the building from the direct sunlight, David Chipperfield incorporated the brise soleil or a double skin concept into the design. Let's see what is happening in the site plan. The building is located on the Seoul and serves as an institutional building with the retail, commercial space, a theatre, a library and offices. This is the master plan of the Yongsan district, which has the highest development in the South Korea. The site is the heart of the city center, surrounded by high-rise buildings. David added a pure cube form to create a landmark in the city, designed in 2017. The building is open on all four sides, easily connecting to its neighborhood. The surrounding buildings are also high-rise. Now let's see the conceptual framework of the building. The first thing to note is that the building is a pure geometric cube. David Chipperfield is known for modern architecture with simple geometric form. In the center of this cube, he added a courtyard, which provides natural light and the ventilation to the building. This courtyard is the breadth of the building and starts from the fourth floor. From this courtyard, David introduced various punctures or voids and added multi-level green recreational areas into the building. To define the boundary of the building, Chipperfield added a plinth. This plinth makes the building accessible from the all four directions and integrates with the city network, facilitating easy connection with the neighborhood. For vertical circulation within the building, Chipperfield implemented a decentralized system with the four vertical courts placed in the building's corner. This design ensures a smooth movement throughout the building without the congestion. To protect the building from the direct sunlight, he installed a double skin facade, which acts as an envelope for the building, enhances its climate efficiency. Additionally, cutouts were added to allow natural light to penetrate deep into the building. These openings situated on the east, west and south facade, enabling natural light and wind to enter and reducing the dependency of the mechanical ventilation. The building design also considered panoramic views of the surrounding neighborhood. One side overlooks the Yongsan district, another side faces the mountains, and the other side faces the Yongsan Park. These punctures not only enhance the view but also contribute in significantly to the building aesthetics appeals and functionality. Now let's quickly look at the floor plan of the building. The overall proportions are cubic, reflecting pure form architecture. The building has entrances from all four directions. To connect the ground floor, colonnade structures were added in the offset of the building. The center features a square shape, which is an offset of the main building and houses a large atrium. There are also main street that connects the building with its surrounding. This is an urban scale project where retail and commercial functions are integrated into the main building, along with the decentralized core. Let's examine the fourth floor plan of the building. The overall layout is in the cube shape with the garden is at the center. From the fourth floor upwards, the space is dedicated to the office areas. A section of the building has been removed from the fourth floor to create a garden space, which serves as a multi-level recreational area. These are the four vertical cores that extends from the ground floor of the building. Let's see the ground floor atrium. The ground floor has a four entrances and features a large central atrium that serves as the recreational area for the building. This floor is dedicated to the cultural activities, a library, retail spaces and the concert space. There is a skylight that provides natural light from the fourth floor of the building. In the center of the building, there is a large atrium open to the public. So moving to the fourth floor, which becomes the courtyard of the building, this area is dedicated to the office space. The glass floor on this level allows natural light to penetrate into the lower floors, creating a new recreation space for the office occupants. Screens have been added to provide privacy to the building interior. Now let's examine the axonometric section of the building, so you can clearly understand its massing. The overall massing is cubic and I cut the section from the center of the building. You can see that the entry into the building is possible from all four directions. From the ground floor to the fourth floor, the space is dedicated to the retail, shops, libraries and the concert areas. On the fourth floor, we can see a glass floor which serves as the courtyard for the office spaces within the building. From the fourth floor to the top floor, there are offices which also features the multi-level gardens. The large punctures in the buildings allows for green landscape to be integrated. Wind travels through here and hot air rises from the central courtyard, making this building a good example of implementing passive cooling in the large-scale buildings. They added these panels to protect the building from the direct sunlight, and inside, these panels provide privacy to the interior of the building. Let's explore the another section of the building. Here we have the parking on the lower floor. From the ground to the fourth floor, the spaces are dedicated to the public, while from the fourth floor to the top, the spaces are for the private area, which houses offices. This section clearly illustrates the massing of the building with the large opening punctures in the structure. The section is taken from the center of the building and these openings provides natural light and the ventilation inside. The glass floors also create an atrium effect in the lower level, forming a courtyard with the office building. Efficient wind circulation is crucial in these kind of buildings which optimize the climate control. Hot air rises, allowing for the influx of cool air, enhancing the overall efficiency of the building. So this is the elevation of the building, where the overall massing resembles a cube with the large punctures added into its structure. Specifically, this is the south elevation, featuring a double skin facade designed to shield the building from the direct sunlight. Now let's see how these panels work in the building. These panels forms a double skin facade with the large opening that incorporate green landscape. If we can look into the floor plan, here is the detail of one specific floor. This corner of the building showcases various types of louvers as seen in the elevation. Each are differing in the thickness and the depth. In the plan view, when standing on the floor, we can observe small metal jalis or these kind of screens that allow natural wind to enter into the building. In section, it appears like this is a person standing here with the metal jalis on the floor, which are controlled mechanically. These louvers are visible in the elevation. So this design approach enhances the building effectiveness from the climate perspective. So as wind enters through these openings, it circulates inside, maintaining a cooler indoor climate. This level of detail explains the thoughtfulness applied in the building design. So if you examine this axonometric section, you can understand the structure of the building. The ground floor and the lower floor serves as the parking and the services area. From the ground floor to the fourth floor, the spaces are for public use, while the fourth floor are dedicated for the offices. So columns are present from parking level to the top floor of the building. However, you will notice that these large openings do not have any columns. They utilize a floating column structure here. Let's examine this section. So columns extend from the lower floors up to the cutout floor, and then at the center there are no columns. So what they have done here is the large block transfer the load to the both side of the blocks. So the mass of this block is supported by these columns, which form a system of a large column. Now let's look at the central part. Here the concept is that this block transfer the load to the side blocks, thereby distributing the building weight to the ground. The entire block act as a beam, transferring the load to the side blocks. This is the structural articulation of the building. Let's examine the massing study of the building, a crucial aspect in designing the large scale structures. This study aims in exploring the various combination of the building form. For instance, starting with the main cubic block, one can integrate a courtyard or maybe adjust its size and introduce a punctures into the building. So in this case, 4 narrow punctures were added, or maybe you can transfer it into a massing of a pinwheel like configuration. So there are numerous variation possibles, altering to the size of the courtyard, adjusting the building density, or even reshaping the structure into the form like a C shape or maybe S shape or maybe a different kind of a cube system. So here we can see the final block. So creating such massing studies involves fixing of parameters, and you have to analyze how change affect the aspect of the natural light, the wind circulation, the building efficiency and the aesthetic appeals. So this process underscores the importance of exploring different massing studies in the field of architecture. So let's wrap up this project and let's explore the 3D model of the building. To understand better this design, here you can see the overall massing of the building, which forms a cube. As discussed earlier, there are various punctures integrated into the design. These openings not only provide natural light but also act as a recreation area within the building. They facilitate natural wind circulation and are equipped with the screens for added functionality. Now let's examine another facade of the building. In the center, there is a courtyard and you can observe the punctures at the different levels. The overall geometry remains cubic and the placement of these punctures varies according to the facade requirements. The building is accessible from all 4 directions. Moving inside the building, let's take a sectional view. Here, this is the cross section of the building. The lower floors of the buildings are dedicated to the public use, while the top floor is houses or offices. Upon entering the building, you encounter a spacious atrium with the skylight above, providing natural light to the lower floors. So this atrium acts as a courtyard for the 4th floor, featuring multi-level gardens that serves the recreation area. At the center of the building is a large courtyard where hot air rises, allowing natural light and the wind to enter into the building. This architecture design exemplifies how space interacts with the environmental elements. So this building is a great example of understanding the form and the importance of climate into the design. Architecture is always fun. You need to follow it with the right passion and the enthusiasm. I hope you enjoy this video. Don't forget to hit the like button, and these kind of videos takes lots of hard work and research. Please share these videos with your friends and ask them to subscribe the channel. This will inspire us to create more such videos. See you in the next video. Till then, keep learning, keep hustling, keep smiling. Salute.